Hey group, today I want to show you all how to rig up the G40. This is the G's Crawfish Minnow Trap. Now, I don't have my typical camera woman here today. This is my niece and she's 8 years old, so say hi, Paisley.
Hi.
So we'll see how it works out, but she's going to help me film here today. But this is what you get off the shelf. This is 2 nesting baskets that fit inside of each other. This is good storage, but once they put them together, I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. It makes a very durable and effective trap. On top of that, it gives you the label right here. It's got the name and model number, and on the back you have a few directions, and that's about all you get. So you're not done whenever you pick up these traps. There are a few things you need to add on to them. Obviously a rope to make sure that you can pull the trap back in, the kind of bait, a lot of people have questions about that, and then local laws and regulations are extremely important. Here in Texas, they change almost every year. Every state has their own idiosyncrasies, and it's kind of crazy. So this trap altogether is 8 inches and 8 inches, so 16 inches total. There are some extensions you can put on there, but within Texas, and that's where we are here right now, 24 inches is the max. So a little bit longer, and then we're at capacity. Now this is rigged up right now for minnows. In another video, I'll show you how to expand these openings right here so that you can catch larger crawfish. But good trap, effective trap, and most of mine that are still 30 and 40 years old, we're still running them. So this is the one that I tell everybody to go ahead and buy. So these traps are fairly simple. I'll go ahead and show you how to put them together here right now. So you have 2 parts and pieces here, and then you have a single clip, and it all holds together with a single clip on this trap. So I'll show you how this comes together. It's a primitive hinge. Let me show you exactly what's going on. All right, so you can see the clip right here hanging, but on the opposite side of where the clip is, you're going to see a loop, and you can see this little spur, and they match up on either side. You can see around that lip right there. So I'm simply going to put that through the hole right there, slip the other side in as well, give it a little bit of wiggle, and it's going to make a very simple hinge. So it just hinges just like that. So once I got it hinged shut, I can take the clip, all right, and this is a very good design. It works really, really well. I've tried to replace them. I've lost one, and it didn't work trying to redesign it. But this clip is simple, a little bit of effort. You just push back on it. So this is how it works. And I'm simply going to put it through these 2 loops and lock it together and make sure it's locked. At that point, your trap is all the way closed. You see it's good sturdy. There's not really even any gap here. So it catches everything and it keeps it in there quite well. That's the very beginning of this trap. I'm going to set that thing to the side here for a moment, and let's go ahead and look at the rope itself. All right, so for the rope, this is going to be Catahoula braided tarred bank line. Now this is the only thing I recommend these days. Over the years, many years, I've used all kinds of ropes, from paracord to various bank lines. Catahoula tarred bank line. It lasts for decades. It doesn't bundle up. It doesn't frizz out. It doesn't break off. It is extremely durable. So I buy an entire spool of this stuff, and as my other ropes have kind of run out over the years, I've been slowly replacing it with it. So typically what I do is I take out 3 arm spans. So whatever kind of works out for you. If you get the rope too short, they're not going to get out there in the water like you want them to. You can catch a lot of crawfish up next to the bank, but out here the main issue is that the crawfish can attract all kinds of raccoons and other things that'll come down, pull the trap out, and then you'll find your traps on the bank. So you want to give yourself a little bit of extra rope so that you get your trap out to where you want it and make sure it stays down deep and secure. So I took 3 arm spans out. Take my knife. Now the Catahoula will sit there and fuse. So if you take your lighter to it, you take some flame to the end, you can go ahead and cauterize it and make it hard so it doesn't fray out very well. So it's a good rope to have. It works. All right, so that's our rope right now, and this is going to be what we toss out, what we tie off to the bank, and what will be attached to our trap in order to pull it back in. So not bad. All right, so on each end we're going to have something different we do with this rope. So first off, and this is going to be a little complicated, all right, is going to be a little stop toggle, and I made this out of ripped up road cones. So whenever they're trashing road cones that have been ripped up and tore apart and drove over out there in the interstate, Sometimes I'll take some of these and I'll cut them out into parts and pieces for my traps because that material is extremely durable. Now I put 2 holes in here. You can make them however you want to. You can slice them. But I'm going to go ahead and put my end here of my Catahoula line through both these holes, and it's going to act like a stop for my float. And I'll explain the float here in just a moment. Now I'm not good at putting these things through here. Let's see if I can't just wrestle it through. There, that went simply. All right, so through one side, pull it down, and I'll put it through the other side. I say that. We'll see if I can't. I don't have to use my pliers. You know, I spoke too soon. Let's go ahead and use the pliers. All right. Open it up. And push it through. Not very elegant, but it works. I'm going to feed a little bit more line through. But this is what you're left with. All right? So the rope goes through both ends, and it's just a simple stop that I've made and designed. It works for what I'm doing. All right? Here on the other end, I'm going to be putting the clip, and this is going to be attached to the trap. So first things first, I'm going to take my yellow buoy. I'm going to slip it over the Catahoula line on top of my little stopper there. All right, that'll keep it from going any further. That'll come important when we throw it out there in the water. The other side, this open end right here, that if I were working on this a lot, I'd go ahead and burn that off. Again, harden it up. I'm going to tie a simple overhand knot on a bite. I'm going to put that over on the side, make a bite out of it, and just tie your most basic overhand knot and cinch it down so that the knot is as far down as possible. So go ahead and tie it up, put it through, and try and cinch it down a little bit. Now that knot will not slip. It'll hold in real good there. That Catahoula line is very thick, so it makes a big knot hole, but that's what I'm going to use to attach the clip on. I don't like just tying knots onto clips. I want to make it so that I can change things out, take them apart, and this knot right here is the first step of being able to do that. So I'll go ahead and grab my clip, and I'll show you how we do this. I'm going to take my clip, and here with my knot, my loop up on top, I'm going to take the hole right here, and that's what causes the spring to have its tension. I'm going to put that rope on up through that loop. All right. From there, sometimes I'll have to feed the knot through that ring, but what I want to do is slip the loop over the top of the entire clip and bring it back through. And as I tighten up, as I pull that knot hole through and the rope through, what you're going to see is kind of a lark's head. And what that means is that whenever I want to change this out or do something else, I don't have to cut the line to take my clip off if something goes wrong with my rope. It tightens up and it stays on there. And I use this knot quite a bit. It's never failed me. It's a good one to know, good one to use. So clips on, buoys right below it, and our stopper. All right. From there, I can go ahead and clip it back onto the trap. All right. So I've got my one open loop right here. From there, I've got both loops. I'll open my clip up. First one, second one, secured. And there you go. So set that to the side. The last portion of rigging up this trap, and this is where a lot of people might have variations. I'm curious about what y'all might think. Gear tags here in Texas. So the buoy itself, that's required now. You can have any color but orange in Texas. It needs to be at least, I think, 5 inches long by 3 inches in diameter, or 2.5. Again, the regulations are changing from year to year, but you also must have a gear tag out here on the water. It's only good for so many days. You have a certain amount of pertinent information you have to put on there, and that's just to make sure we don't have a bunch of traps running around and lost out there in the world. So I'm going to be putting on, again, some more of this road cone. And I've cut it out into a triangle. It makes it a lot easier. Sometimes I'll go ahead and adhere some reflective tape, and that way it's much easier to find. In the past, that helped out a lot. Nowadays, this yellow buoy is working out, and I know a lot of folks are upset about the buoys because some people come by and they steal your crawfish or steal your traps. Y'all guys give me some ideas on what y'all are going to do about that, because I'm not sure what to do about it either. So I'm going to put the gear tag on the same exact way. I'll make my overhand knot just like I did before, making it a little bit larger because this one can be a little trickier. All right, so I got my loop, I've got the gear tag, see that up close. I've just put a slit into it and kind of cut kind of ugly little tag out of it. But the gear tags have to be made out of something as durable as the trap. And galvanized steel is durable. Again, it's lasted 40 years, but road cones last a long time too. So I don't know if y'all saw that. I put the loop up through and over the top and pulled it back again, and it makes that same lark's head knot. So if I were want to take this thing apart, I simply have to feed the rope out a little bit, take the loop over the top again, and it all comes loose. Real easy, every time. Nice and simple. You don't have to get your knife out or a pick to undo knots. Everything's perfect. So your gear tag, that's the last part and piece we need to put on this rig in order to get it ready to set out. Now I also have one more modification, and I'll go ahead and make a video on that here after a while. But this trap that you're seeing right now, right here, is rigged for minnows alone. Now they sell one for crawfish, but I prefer y'all buy the minnow trap version. And the reason for that is, okay, it's very small. You could catch some little bitty crawfish with this, but they're not going to be very big. So this is rigged up for minnows right now. So everything goes inside trying to get the bait, and it goes down through this throat, and then they can't find their way back out. But it is very restrictive as far as what it allows in. Here in Texas, the throat can't be bigger than 1 inch by 3 inch. So what I do is I expand them out. I don't clip any metal off. I'll do a video on that. But the crawfish traps they sell, they've clipped a bunch of the metal out. And when that metal is taken away, it will catch bigger crawfish, but it will allow them to escape after a while. And we don't want that. So I'll show you all that in another video. So we're all rigged up. Everything's ready. It's time to get some bait and chunk some out. All right, let's get these first two rigged up and baited so we can toss them out. Now I have these stored so that I've got the buoy inside and all the ropes inside so that we don't lose any of it or get it tangled up. Also, this one right here is made for just minnows. You see how small the mesh is? And this one's the regular one with the 1/8 inch mesh on it. So two different ones. They come out with a lot of different traps. But what I'm gonna do is unclip one side, pull out all the ropes and the buoy and the clip. Makes it fairly simple. But when you have lots of traps, this can get really, really tangled. I went ahead and clipped it shut again. See that? And now what I want you to do is put 2 handfuls in. 2 Paisley sized handfuls down inside the trap. All right, yep, just filter it in slowly, and that way it doesn't get clogged up around the mouth. There you go. All right, get you another handful. There you go. And another one. There you go. Real quick, just pour it on in. That works. All right, so all the dog food's inside there. 2 handfuls works. We're just gonna leave it out overnight. In the summertime, when there's lots of life, we might have to put a little bit extra. In the wintertime, we put a lot less because the animals move slower and the bait will be there for days sometimes, just depending. So that one's ready to go. Let's go ahead and grab this other one right here. Same thing as before. Take the clip off. Clip's pretty easy, isn't it? Pull the buoy out, that big tangled mess, and clip it back together. Now we could just put the dog food in here, straight inside the big opening when it's open, but I find it's better just to go ahead and put it down the end. And that way you check the ends too, just to make sure they're not crimped shut. There you go, there's one. One more handful. Right on. Perfect. That's 2 traps. We have 1 more trap. You wanna go grab that one real fast and bring it over here? There we go. Is it heavy?
Nope.
Nope. Good.
Nope. Just check on that.
Right on. All right, same thing as before. Hook it up. There's 1. There's 2. Right on. Good to go. All right, 3 buoys, 3 traps. All right. So when I pick these things up, especially since we've made a big mess of it, I usually grab onto the buoy because that means that I'm not going to tangle up as bad. So this first one, we're just gonna toss it off right here to make it really, really easy, okay? So I'm gonna show you how to do the first one, and then you're gonna throw the next two, okay? Sounds good? Then stand up. Let's see what we can do about untangling. Now I put my little stopper, a piece of road cone down there. I only have that just a little bit far on up here, so see it? So it can only travel that far. Now we're gonna put it to a really shallow area right here, so it doesn't have to be very long. But this keeps the buoy from coming all the way back to my hand, which is a real issue when you're throwing it out there and it doesn't have something to stop. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this trap just like this. See how my hand is? I'm gonna hold on to the other end. I'm gonna lose my trap. And I'm gonna toss it out just like that into the water. So most of it's under the water, right out there in the middle. The buoy's with it. Looks really good. And then I'm gonna find me a rock. So you find a rock around here, about this big. Yeah, looks great. Perfect rock. Okay. And I'm just gonna put it on here on the edge and wrap it for a moment. And that way my trap's set, my line's out, and then we'll check it again in the morning. Ready to set some more? All right, let's do it. I got this one. You'll grab the other one. Slick. All right, toss her out. Not bad for the first toss. All right, you got your rock down there. Good, tied up. Go for it. Good spot. All right. We'll leave it there until morning. All right. Good job. So you caught anything?
Crawfish.
You think crawfish, huh? I think that's pretty much a given. All right, so it's the next day. We're gonna go ahead and pull this trap up. So I'm pull that trap up, Paisley. Looks like it was moved a little bit from the night before. It's the first one out and the first one in. So just pull that line on up.
It's a bit heavy.
There you go, you got it? Well, heavy's a good thing. All right, let's set it down right here. If you'll come right here, take a seat. Let's take a look. What are you seeing there so far?
Three crawfish.
Yeah? All right. Let's see if your prediction's right, okay?
One right here.
One what?
Crawfish.
You see a crawfish in there? A baby crawfish?
No,
All right, this is the first one out, so it doesn't have the big openings. All right. So, you wanna grab him? Yeah. There you go. Pull him on off. Go ahead and show that. That's a good-looking little crawfish. He's bait size. Remember what I told you? That one's good at catching. What's it good at catching? I don't think you remember.
No.
Freshwater drum. That's the bait we use for the freshwater drum. So you're gonna toss him back? That's the littlest one, huh? Yep. There you go. All right. Let's see what else you got.
Fish.
You got fishes.
Fishing.
So that's a little bluegill, I guess. There you go. Pull him on out.
Nope, he's gone.
He's gone? All right. Come on back here. I see little bass. I see maybe some fathead minnows. You guys tell me what y'all see. You see anything interesting in there?
Two other crawfish.
Two more crawfish in there as well?
Mm-hmm.
Any baby catfish or anything?
No.
I'm gonna put these back in real fast. I'm gonna release everything this time. All right, see anything good in there?
Nope. Maybe.
Little bluegill. Oh, that's a fathead minnow right there.
Oh.
They're okay for bait, but they fall out really easy off the hook. All right, a couple more things. Little baby bluegill. I've got my assistant making sure that none of the fish fall out.
Crawfish.
Yep, we're not holding on to them this time, but oh,
Punchers.
little bitty guys, huh? It's cute, right? There you go, one more time. So that's trap number one. We're not gonna toss this one out today again, so we're gonna go ahead and push it together. There you go, thank you. And that way it doesn't catch any more things that we don't want it to catch. You ready to check the next one?
Yep.
All right, let's go. Second trap. This one ought to have something bigger. Bigger holes. What you got? It's heavy again?
Yep.
Let's bring it on over here.
Bigger crawfish.
Yeah, lots of crawfish? Good, yeah.
Crawfish.
Feels about the same weight to me. Let's take a look at this thing, all right? I think these are going to be
A lot
much
bigger.
larger. Yeah.
Yeah. You can hardly see this little
Yeah.
guy.
I would say so.
Yep. They're a lot bigger.
And they
And they
can
can
hurt
hurt
you a
more.
little bit, but they can't kill you.
No.
So I got him backwards. No. All right, so got one claw on him. Yeah. Let's go ahead and toss him back in. So check that out. How many do you think are in there?
20.
20?
20.
You might be able to count some of them, but not quite eating size, but good bait size. Did you want to reach in there and grab one? I don't want you to get gotten, but there's a third one. What you got, Paige? Any luck?
He's a pincher.
All right, yeah, they get organized pretty well. All right, so you can grab that one for me? There you go. Make sure that pincher didn't get you. Right on.
So that's the fifth one or the fourth one?
Is it fifth?
I think fifth.
Yep, get some good practice. I think you've had crawfish bowls actually, haven't you? All right, so much better crawfish whenever you open up the trap a little bit more, huh? When the openings are a little bigger. But that was a little bit of dry dog food. Toss them back in. Any monsters in there?
That guy.
This guy. All right. Another one claw guy. You ever seen it with one claw before?
Yeah. Or I've seen a claw on the ground.
That's because of a lot of the floods. Sometimes it's raccoons. Sometimes it's the floods.
Can I try to grab one?
Yeah.
I'll grab that
There you go.
smaller one.
Go and grab him. There you go.
I'll grab that smaller one.
You want to grab the smaller
I'll
one?
grab the smaller one.
Nope. You got to get the bigger one. All right. There's your little guy. Ah, he's very strong. All right. There you go. Take a look at him. All right. You've bought crawfish that big. They're back into the creek, right? All right. What do we do with these two traps now? Put them together. Put them all together. How many more traps we got left to check?
One.
One more. All right, let's go do it.
My shoes are on.
Go ahead and pull it up. You can be so closer.
Oh, it's heavy.
Yeah. Oh. It's a bit slippery, gal.
Oh, no, they're not.
What you got? You got fish? All right. Can you see what type?
No. Oh, one catfish.
You see a catfish in there?
See a catfish.
All right. It's the fine mesh. This is one for the smaller fish. The openings are still small, but the fine mesh makes it a little harder to see what's inside. All right. Like that. Anything else in there? Anything hiding in in this one?
No.
Nope. All good? All right.
All down there.
There's not too many in there.
No.
So
It's
let's
heavier than a very thin
see what you got.
Looks like they're all catfish.
Oh.
That was one.
That one's gone. What was that?
It was catfish.
The catfish?
It was baby catfish.
Let me go ahead and pull these things out one at a time then. I can feel the spines in this one. That is a catfish. I don't know if you want to hold them. They're both sharp. You can probably get away with it. Cute little thing. There you go.
Hi. It's cute.
You remember what kind of catfish we usually have in the creek?
Yellow flathead catfish.
I wish. Those are what we're going to use some of the bluegill for, but these are the channel catfish. They're the big ones we usually catch, But yeah, we're gonna go after the big giant flatheads that are bigger than you here pretty
It's
soon.
slimy.
Yes, they are. So that's 4, right? 3 or 4. Are there any other kind of fish in here?
No,
Just
just
all catfish.
all catfish.
They look good though. They're healthy. People like catfish, right? Here you go. I'd have thought we'd had some bluegill in here, but it is what it is. All right, so there he went. Anything else in there?
No.
All clear? All right, so you can definitely tell which ones have bigger openings, huh? Right? So it changes. I'm gonna do a lot more videos with this to show people how to catch various things because there's different ways you can set these. But let's go ahead and pull these things up. We'll finish up the video in just a moment, huh? All right, let's go grab all the traps. Let's get out of the sun. So guys, hopefully y'all enjoyed that video. Paisley and I showing y'all how to use these traps in the creek and catch all kinds of crawfish, minnows, and a whole lot of other stuff. One of the things that I failed to mention when we were putting it all together was the type of bait that Paisley was putting inside the trap, and that would be cheap dry dog food. The cheapest stuff on the shelf, Walmart, wherever you're going, that works the best, at least down here in South Texas. A little bit more in the summertime because things eat a lot faster, a little less in wintertime, and the traps usually have to stay out a little longer too. But use the baits. Everybody's got their secret sauce. Y'all share down in the comments what y'all use to catch crawfish. But let me see this real fast. The last thing I want to leave y'all with is the way that we store these, and this is important. These traps are so effective that even if they don't have bait, you just toss them in the back of the truck or you put in the garage or the shed, they can continue to capture and kill animals. So I'll put that in there. All kinds of insects and lizards and snakes and things like that, they'll get caught in there and they'll die. So we want to make sure we collapse these traps all the way down so we don't continue trapping things that we don't mean to. So if you are interested in trapping lizards and snakes, I do have some videos on my channel. Check those things out. It's pretty awesome showing you how to do that stuff, but make sure you collapse it. Check your federal laws, check your state laws and local regulations. Make sure what you're doing is ethical and legal. But guys, glad y'all watched. Thank y'all for coming. Patrons, always, thank you for your support. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. And as always,
Until next time.
here you go, guys.